G'day, ZiggyD here, and welcome back for my Day 4 guide for the 7-Day Beginner's Arc Witch Build project. In this video, I'm going to be going over farming or getting into Endgame pre-maps, so essentially the route I'll take through Act 3 Merciless and the different zones that you can farm to build currency and get XP for your character. So when you first arrive in Act 3 Merciless, chances are you probably won't be able to go straight to docks. Sometimes you can skip straight to docks with a party, but if not, you should be farming City of Sun. City of Sun is a very straight up and forwards zone. It's basically like a mini ledge that you run all the way from the waypoint all the way to the other door, and then you can refresh from the door and run all the way back to the waypoint, refresh from the waypoint, and so on ad infinitum. And each time you run this, you essentially just stick to the leftmost wall, killing the bug packs and skeleton packs and all of that jazz pretty quickly. It's designed to be a super snappy, super speedy run just to get some XP. You will be able to, as this is a level 61 zone, find rares in here to start completing the Chaos Vendor recipe. So make sure you start saving those rings, amulets, belts, and then building up your full rare sets to the vendor to get those Chaos Orbs. Basically, that's a full set of over level 60 rare items, vendors for a Chaos Orb. Now, there is a corrupted side zone that spawns in here, and the boss in there is Rima. She is pretty dangerous, but if you do have max cold resist, then this arc character is one that can do this boss with a decent level of safety. I wouldn't recommend going straight for Rima in hardcore, though, if you're going in there around level 60. In terms of leveling in City of Sun, I recommend trying to leave City of Sun by the time you're like level 63 or something like that. I wouldn't spend too much more time than that in it, but it's a good place to boost just a few levels when you first get into Act 3. Then you're just going to be clearing through. I usually go do the bus quest, the 3 busts to get my passive points, and then head through to docks at that point, and then I start farming docks. You can skip straight to docks if you want. If you want to grab a waypoint off someone you know, or if someone in trade chat, you can pay for a waypoint for an ALK or something like that. And then I start farming docks. Docks is like it's the area you'll probably spend the most in pre-maps. Essentially, docks is a level 62 zone, and I recommend farming it to about level 67, maybe to 69 if you're struggling. As this Arc character uses Arctic Armor, as long as you have something like a level 12 Arctic Armor running, the Void Bearers in here will do almost no damage to you, so that's pretty easy. The only thing you really need is maybe a little bit of cold resist. You can actually do this with relatively low fire resist and almost no lightning resist. However, if you're playing in a league that has like invading bosses or something like that, you do have to be conscious of the fact that there may be some additional lightning damage in there. Now, the idea for docks is you just kind of run around each of the different piers, clear out each of the different piers. At the ends of the piers, there's usually a magic pack there, so you can kill those guys. There is a corrupted zone that spawns in docks as well, and it features this kind of invisible shadow snake dude that uses smoke screen and multiplies himself. It's actually really easy to kill with Arc. All I do is throw my totem down just in front of me a little bit, then I curse the snake or the snake pack if he's already multiplied, and then you just sit there and go ham with Arc. Basically, the shock stacking from your Arc totem and your Arc will jump around and kill it very quickly, especially with that conductivity curse or elemental weakness curse. And you can basically just pop a granite or a healing flask if you need to. As long as you don't move, any sort of the puncture won't be an issue, so you can basically just stand there and tank it and kill it really quickly. That's a really great one to run. I recommend running that zone whenever you can, unless really bad mods spawn on the actual zone itself, making it difficult. But otherwise, it's an easy way to maybe find a few sacrifices at midnight fragments, which you can sell, or a few vital skill gems, which you might also be able to sell as well. Now, as I said, around level 67 to 69, if you've got maxed all resistances, maybe you can get away with a little bit less cold, but if you're close to max all resistances, you can, at level 67, jump over to Linares Temple. This is a level 65 and 66 zone. You start off in Linares Temple 2. Your first objective is to find your way down to Linares Temple 3 as quickly as possible. Then you're going to be running, I usually go down the right-hand side stairs in Linares Temple 3, and then run to basically as far out as I can, and then start heading to the northeast. If that way is blocked off, then you'll go around to the northwest and find the stairs that lead up to, there's a couple staircases that lead all the way up to Piety. Now, the way I'll farm this zone is, it is really, really good XP. What you'll do is you'll draw the packs to each other as much as possible. Don't spend too much time killing the white packs, but when you get to a blue pack of monsters or a rare, then you'll kind of group everything up, throw your totem down, curse everything, and then just stand there and go ham with Arc for a few seconds until everything's dead. Really, really good XP. And then at the end, you get to be able to kill Piety. Now, Arc is not the greatest single target damage when you're first starting off, so the Piety fight will take a couple minutes. But the loot she drops is really good. It works really well in the Chaos Vendor recipe. You'll get a lot of rares. And a little bit more importantly, she also drops maps. She has a 50% chance to drop a map. And this will be starting to build your map pool. Now, you may have already gotten a few 66s, but it's nice to have like 10 66 maps before you start mapping. So this will start dropping some of those, and even if you don't want to do 66 maps, the currency you make from the Chaos Vendor recipe from doing Piety, or any other uniques or nice items she drops that you sell, you could use to purchase a few higher level maps once you're done with them. You can do Linares all the way to like 75 if you want, but I recommend considering starting maps around 70 to 71. You can start maps a bit earlier, of course, but Linares Temple is really good XP and loot for that point. Now, as an alternative, if you don't want to jump into maps straight away, but you want to get a lot of experience outside of maps, then once around the level 70 to 72 to 74 mark, the XP from Linares starts to drop down a little bit, whereas Catacombs starts to get a little bit higher. It's higher level mobs. Catacombs is a level 67 zone, which is like the highest outside of maps essentially. And this zone will you basically run a giant square, and at sort of the middle point of that square, I guess the opposite end to the entrance, there's a big pack of blue monsters there. It will essentially run to there, kill the blue monsters, and then run the square around to the entrance and reset with the entrance. It's pretty fast. There is a fair bit of fizz and cold damage in here, so make sure you have that maxed out and make sure you're good with those granites when you're getting hit by statues and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's a pretty cruisy zone. It's not a lot of monsters in there, but they're high level, and it works really well with Arc, because Arc kind of zaps around in the indoors there and spreads around between the skeleton, the statues and all that sort of jazz. So it's actually a pretty good zone to farm as an Arc character. But this is kind of just an optional zone. Around this point, you may want to just jump straight into maps. So hopefully this helps you guys out. I have a lot of fun sort of jumping between these zones, and sometimes even when I am mapping, I like to go back and do a quick Linares run or a quick Catacombs run here and there for a bit of extra loot and XP. And in the process of recording this video, I actually got a lot of good stuff. I found a couple uniques, and I even got a Arcanist strongbox which dropped like 4 chaos. So I did pretty well just recording this video in 10 minutes. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.